listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast by Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb, Dr. Frederick J. Long, Dr. Mario Melendez, Dr. Jennifer Noonan, and J. M. Smith. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Proof Text. I am Michael Halcomb, and in this episode we are thinking about Greek vocabulary. Now, the podcast, if you've been following, has been a little bit out of order the last couple of weeks. That's due to all of my travels and other people on the channel, the network's travels, and so it's a little bit difficult when you're traveling to make episodes sometimes. And so we've been filling in gaps here and there, and we're going to try in the coming week to get back on track. But thanks for continuing to listen and keep up with us. So this is our second Greek Growcabulary episode this week. And in this episode, we're thinking about the Greek root cope. Kappa, omicron, p. Cope. And this has to do with cutting. It can even have the connotation of punching. And so not punching, but striking. Sorry. Cutting or striking. And it's used even metaphorically in the New Testament to talk about things going on in the spiritual realm, or it can even be used to talk about laborious work. And so one of the most, notable, maybe that's the word I'm looking for, uses of this cope root is 1 Corinthians 15, where Paul uses the word kopiao, again from cope, and he urges the believers there in Corinth, says therefore my siblings, my beloved siblings, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, of the Lord's work, for you know that your labor is not in vain. So what's interesting, this idea here of kopiao conveys a sense of toiling or laboring tirelessly for the cause of Christ, for the cause of the gospel. Also in 1 Thessalonians 5, you find this where Paul is talking about labor as well. And then in Galatians, Paul can talk about them going the whole way and cutting the whole thing off when he's talking, sort of doing a play on circumcision. So, yeah, let's look at a few instances of this in the Greek New Testament. I'm going to pull Step Bible up, and we're going to look at it. So if you're watching, you're going to be able to see that on your screen. If you're just listening, that's fine too. I got my keyboard set to Greek, and so I'm going to type in cope here as the root, and you'll see that we get a list here of several things. So you can see that kopto can have to do with cutting or mourning, and then this kopanizo, to pound out, right? So cope here has the idea of cutting, and it doesn't occur a lot of times, or kopos, laboring, and kopiao, laboring. So let's look at the kopto for cutting and mourning, and you can see that the first occurrence appears in Matthew 11:17, where we get ekopsaste, uk ekopsaste. We also get this in Matthew 21:8, and we have in Revelation 18:9, that's our last one, ke klavsosin ke kopsonde epaftein you vasilis tes ges you metaftes ponevsandes ke sterniasandes and ketayubas, and so on. So yeah, kop, when you encounter this root in the Greek New Testament, you have to do with labor or cutting, striking. So interesting word, and you'll notice that when it meets a sigma, it becomes that psi. So when you get the kop plus sigma, you get kops, and the p plus sigma turns into a psi. So be aware of that as well. So that is the Greek word cope, or the Greek root cope, and one mnemonic device that you can use to think of this is the modern word helicopter. That cop there is the same Greek root, though it's COP in English, is kappa omicron p in Greek, so cope. All right. That's it for now. I'll stop there and I will say I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.